success of us stopping that homeless shelter. And certainly we're going to be inviting them into it. After 10,000 people plus marched on 86th Street, after 4,000 people marched at City Hall, after all the protests, that still city government has not responded. I think everybody else has responded, and everybody else has responded with an resounding no! No to homeless shelters! No! 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 Thank you. Despite all of that, it still has not gotten through the brain of city government that this is a failed policy. It spends taxpayer money and gives it to developers and owners, and it fails to help homeless people. This is a compassionate community. We want to help homeless people. We want to help those that are homeless because of, in many instances, no fault of their own. Sometimes they lost a job. Sometimes a house burned down. Sometimes they fought for us, were veterans, and fought for our country. And when they came back, they could not find a house that they could afford. We sympathize with that. We understand that. We want a decent policy that provides permanent housing to all those unfortunate people who are homeless. We want to make sure that those that have mental health issues get the mental health treatment they need. This policy doesn't do that. We want to make sure that those people who have mental illness get the treatment that they need, the beds that they need that will treat their mental illness. Not simply release them on the street or shelter them in house-wearing them in city shelters. We want to make sure, and you know, and I want to tell you this actually happened last night, 2 nights ago. I was going around door to door visiting people in the neighborhood, and somebody in a car pulled me over and said, "We want to say something to you. We want to talk to you." And it was an elderly mother and her mother, who was even more elderly. And that woman, that mother, said to me, "My daughter was put in a homeless shelter and she was raped. She was raped in the homeless shelter, and she left it immediately, and now she's living with the mother and the grandmother in a small apartment, and they're looking for a home for her, but they can't." This 20-year-old young woman who was raped actually is a para in our school system, a part-time para, and she works with children 3 days a week. Her income is about $13,000, and she cannot find housing in this city. and she's living in a small apartment with her mother and her